In this video, I'll be talking about doing basic maths operation using Python. So things I'll be talking about are using Python as a very basic mathematical calculator and doing mathematical operations in it. First do that. Here we import the library maths and done GCD. You can see the result. I can even change for different values here. You can do factorial of any value, even larger values. Here we are validating an equation. For 60 degree, we are measuring sin square theta plus cos square theta. It's 1. It will always be. And even for any other degrees. You can also measure mean, mode and median of a given set of data, and this is it. Now we'll understand how we can represent symbols in Python and then follow up by writing an equation. So for that, here we are using symbols library, which is part of sympy. You have to import that. Now here we are defining x. X is a real life variable that we write on paper. This x is a computer variable which is storing this real life variable. Here y is also storing the same real life variable x. So x and y are storing the same things. So if I say print x plus y, it will do 2x. So if I change it z and z, the result will be same. Now we'll define the x variable as like this. Now we'll define this expression. How to define an expression? It's very simple. For multiplication you use star, for to the power you use star. So we are doing square root to the power 2, and we are evaluating this expression by substituting x equal to 1. This is the syntax of substituting, and storing the value in expression underscore val and printing it. So for 1 it will run 5, I will change to 2, it will run for 16. We can directly take this expression like this. So expression input, then enter an expression, you can get it. And this time we are simplifying this expression. Now this will not simplify for fractions. You have to give integer numbers here and then only it will simplify. So if I run it to give an expression, and it will simplify it. See, now we'll be plotting a function. We are taking this expression by input and just putting plot and the expression. Now for that we have to also call this plot function along with symbol. So if we run this, we have just give the same expression. You can also define other variables. So if we're doing it three-dimensional graph, you can use x and y. So yes, that can be possible. Now here we'll solve for x. So you can take this expression and write it direct inside the solve, or we can do it like previously we did and put input and then okay, solve for expression. hope this will work. Yes. 2x. Okay. This is the expression. Actually, you can see this in a plot. So if I type this expression and plot it, so I'll do it in here because we can zoom it in this plot. So we run this and give it an expression, the same expression, of course. 2 plus 5x plus 3. Yes. Then we can see I have using this one because we can zoom in. So if we just zoom in here, see it has crossed 0 at minus 1.5 and minus 1. So if we see the result here, it's minus 3 by 2, minus 1. So it matches with the graph. Here we are solving inequalities. So you have to write a program for inequality. And after that you can solve an inequality. So sin x is less than 0. This inequality we are going to solve less than equal to 0. Let's give it and enter this expression, and it is pi by 2. Actually it's multiples of pi by 2, n pi by 2. So for any n pi by 2, you can see this will validate. Now we can also solve calculus problems using this. So we'll see a little bit of it, introductory part of it here. So here you're solving a limit function. So sin x divided by x is a limit function, and if I run it, it will give the limit function, and when we say do it, it will solve it, and it will solve it for 1. We know this is true. We can do derivative also. So here we are doing sin 2x by x square, and derivative of it is this, and we can evaluate this function for a particular value. Also you can change it, and let's say for sin 2x by x, which is much simpler. Okay, let's change it here too, which is much simpler. Remove this. Okay, now run it. 2x. Now this. Second, give any input and it will solve the result. Similar with integration. That's the result of this integration. I can run from 2 also. It will be like 2. So I've just run it for 4. And asked to do it. So it will do it. Now let's put this limits and run it and the values, and we'll calculate for that value. So integrate other functions like x by x square plus 2x plus 1. And that will give us log x plus 1 by x. Can do many complex equation and other equations also. But here I want to say that the integration they are doing is from a table. So there is a table stored inside it which has thousands of examples of integration. So you have to give the integration as the simplest form possible to make it do the task. Now if you are doing in definite integral, then it will always give you a numerical result, no matter how you are giving the expression. If the expression is valid, it will give you a numerical result, but it will not give indefinite integral result. So you will not get an expression like this, you will just get the output value like this. But if you give a simple enough expression, that's included in the table, then you will get this kind of expression. So I can give a very example. So integrate cos x, let's do it, comma x, it's sin x. So let's see sin x, but if we ask it to do, instead of cos x, 1 minus sine square x, square root of that. So this is actually the same thing as cos x. I am writing root over 1 minus sine square x, but in this case it will not understand and return the exact value I have given it to. So yeah, it is trying, actually it's processing, and I know because I tried it before that it cannot do it. So there is limitation. It's not a magic box that will solve anything. It's not an artificial intelligent thing. Obviously you can try to build an artificial intelligence to solve equations. That will be a great breakthrough, but for now you have to stick to it. It's very helpful to do small mathematical operations. See, it doesn't give me the result, it's just return the exact thing I have given him. So that means it cannot do it. So here it is. Hopefully this video will be helpful, and thanks for watching.